Good evening, everyone. Right, OT Merlin and I have come to Heywood Forest for an evening walk. We're going to do one of the loops. It's one of the best known loops, but we don't do it so often just because it can be a bit busy, particularly on weekends. But it seems fairly quiet out here today. And it's just lovely. We've had a busy week, as you'll have sort of probably seen. Took OT to Crofts on Thursday. She was an absolute star, a little bit sort of starstruck by the audience, and convinced we must be there to do gun dog training. So a little bit speedy, but once she got with me, she was absolutely brilliant. We had a great day. Some slightly dodgy judging, but there you go, that can happen. It was just lovely being there and supporting the whole team. To be perfectly honest, we caught up with friends, caught up with OT's breeder. Yeah, it was all great. Then went back to the friends I was staying with and had a lovely day out the next day. Spent another day with them and then headed home. So we're now back home and I'm looking forward to doing some other training with the dogs. To be honest, we've been focusing really on the rally and particularly OT, so it's going to be really nice to have some time to focus on both of them and do some other stuff. I'd like to start them off in Hoopers. There's no classes really locally. Hey guys! Well, there are, we're not too far away, but with shift work not being able to commit, it's a bit tricky. But I've got 4 hoops and I'm looking at just sort of starting on basics with them. I'm going to give OT another go at agility. Yeah, good girl. See if she's calmed down any. And again, I'd like to start Merlin at agility with my knees, or certainly my knee issues. Don't know how far we'll get, but we'll give it a go. And I'd like to do some more trick work with them, as they both seem to enjoy that. And of course, now it's summer, sheep and fields, lambs everywhere. We'll be out camping and walking again soon. So there's lots and lots to look forward to. And I'm always open to suggestions. Any ideas of things to do with dogs? Places to visit? Walks to do? Please let us know. Oh, it is lovely out here, isn't it? The main thing for me, unfortunately, at the moment is my health and my fitness. I'm struggling with fibromyalgia, which is affecting my job, so that's leaving me a bit in the air there. But I've had enough being in limbo. I can't be in limbo forever. So I think certainly with dogs I need to get going and do more. It is frustrating not being able to plan competitions or plan anything ahead of time though. And that's where these walks mean everything, to be honest. However bad a day I've had, I can generally get out on these walks. Today I've been suffering quite a lot from busy days. Woke up this morning, wobbly leg, sore neck. Couldn't move a lot without pain. But having had an easy morning, gone back to bed, and then this afternoon not done too much, mowing the lawn, put together the strimmer, did some strimming, bit of tidying but not a lot, and then headed out here. It means that sort of having had that quiet day, I can now enjoy an evening walk with dogs. Now they've headed straight down towards the river. I'm not going to go that way. We're going to go straight on because at the moment I'm finding the short, steep walk back up easier than the longer but slightly less steep one. So let's get them this way. This way, guys! Well done. Hey-ya! Good girl. Hiya, gorgeous. Hello. Good boy, Melly. We had a lovely walk on the beach yesterday. Breen Sands. I think it's Breen Sands. It's near Breen Downs, near the cliffs. It was quite busy, but took the opportunity to do some training with dogs. And they were brilliant. We started working on using their name before cues, because for gun dog work, and if I'm looking at doing some hill work to music maybe in the future, it's quite important that they'll respond to their name. So that I can put one dog in one position and one in another, or recall one and leave one somewhere else. It's something I've always done with them getting into the car, but I'm now sort of moving it to more adventurous things. And I've also realised I'm not putting in quite as much training out walking, because it is trickier with two of them. Whereas if I can get one to settle whilst I work the other, that'll be a major, major bonus. I can go back to taking dummies out on walks and things. But this evening, there's no training whatsoever. We're just out here to chill. Well, there we go. I've seen daffodils, I've seen snowdrops this year. That's the first lot of primroses I've seen. Very nice. Good boy. You can see how much easier it is to keep Merlin fit. He's still young, he's still enthusiastic, and runs. Oh, she does run, but she doesn't sort of run just for the sake of running like she used to as a youngster. And being a neutered female, it is much harder to keep an eye on her weight. I can understand how that feels. I really need to try and get out on my bike again. That is another of the aims. If I can get back out on the mountain bike, it's just a really effective way to exercise them and me. So that is on the list of things to hopefully accomplish this year. I don't know about the rest of you, but the sun, just some dry days, some sunshine, makes everything so much more doable. It's just so much more positive, isn't it? Well, one has definitely got more energy than the other this evening. What are you doing up there? He does amaze me with his agility. Now he's got control of his little legs. He's so fast. Yeah, you're gorgeous. Hiya. Where'd your sister go? Well, I had a pause on a walk to chat to my brother and his wife, which is lovely. So we'll carry on, but it is starting to get a bit dark now. That's the trouble. We have a nice day. I get a bit carried away and forget that it will actually still get dark pretty early. As you can see, we're down by the river now. We've got a railway line running alongside us. And that's the Barnstable to Eggersford section. Lots of birds out chattering, and actually for the first time this year I can smell wild garlic. That's a proper spring feeling when you can smell that. Right, dogs have shot off this way. Let's go and have a look at the river. Good girl. Well done, guys. Until very recently, it's been far too fast and fierce for the dogs to go in. But I would suspect, after the last few calm days and dry days, that's hopefully changed. If you haven't been on this walk with us before, these rhododendrons will look spectacular later on in the year. And I do rather make the assumption that you all know us and have followed us before, but for those who haven't, we're in Heywood Forest, which is Forestry England owned and maintained in mid-Devon in England. And I'm out here with my wonderful Nova Scotia Dachshund Tolling Retriever, OT, who's nearly 5 years old, and little Legs Merlin, who's a Collie Corgi cross, and he's about 17 months now. The water's still flowing pretty fast, actually. And I can hear a splashing. I can see a splashing dog. So they know they mustn't go in water until they've asked. But they also know what very calm water looks like. And Merlin's gone from a dog who hated water to fully embracing his little duck dog sister's way of life, and now loves water. Speedy blackbird going through. Hey, good girl. Good boy. And I've just got to watch the roots here. My kids down here playing, which is lovely. Well done, guys. Oh wow, we've nearly got our beach back. Might even be able to step over that. So you can see, once we're in sort of summer mode on this river, it goes really shallow. Now she's going to be a pain in a minute, start barking. Okay, in you go. Basically, I made a mistake with her, done too many retrieves in water, spent too much time with the ball, and although I've lessened it off majorly in recent times, she hasn't forgotten. So there we go, we can't quite get to my beach without getting very wet or having wellies on. Oh wow, that's a big tree that's come down. That's going to change the way the river is round here. Wow. So I haven't actually been able to step down here because this water has been up to sort of the top of the roots there for most of the winter, and it's been flowing ridiculously fast, so it's not somewhere we could come. So I hadn't realised that that tree's obviously come down in one of the storms and is effectively going to be a dam. But this is one of our favourite spots in the summer. We can come here and chill, and it just really is lovely. Right, I haven't got any toys for you, OT, but I will chuck a treat in. Well done, guys. You've been very good for being quiet. I will reward you for that. Good girl. Yeah, you can see Merlin's got quite adventurous now. Good boy. Come on then, go get him. Good girl. It's a great spot for tolling. Go see, go look. Yeah, good girl. Go look. Good girl. Go look. Good girl, go look. Good girl, go. Oh, this is wonderful. Alright, but unfortunately we can't spend too long down here because it's going to get dark. So we better start heading back. Whilst Oakley is being nice and calm, it's giving me an opportunity to reward her. So both of you, guys, go up. On it. On it. Yes. Merlin, on it. Merlin, on it. Yes. Wait. And go. Well done. This is so nice, guys. Right, so I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. They've both been absolute superstars. So we shall start heading back. Yeah, damp shoes. There we go. Isn't it just lovely down here? Good gal. Good boy. One of my favourite trees. I'm going to have to put the GoPro down in my pocket because I'm going up there. So I want my dogs to go up first, so I say take my legs out. Okay, go on then. Go on, up you go. This is where I really like to notice my lack of fitness, and I get to the point of I've got to keep going up because I won't manage to get back down. So, onwards and upwards it is. Well, I got there, nowhere near as agile as them, and out of breath, but there you go. Time to start and we'll walk back. The dog's telling me they haven't done enough today. They're running around like idiots. Just mind my legs, guys. Remember, when you get working breeds, they can have some easy days. But if you want them fit and healthy, you don't get away with many easy days. Hey guys, sweeties. Ah, there's a magic word. You can see that is one impressive tree. And then in a moment we go off to the right and up the path. But at the beginning of the walk, the dogs tried to come down. And it's dried up really nicely, I think. But it's great. See, it's quite dark down here in the woods. We have still got quite a bit of light outside of that. Right. This way. I've lost a ginger one. There you are. Good girl. Well done. For those who ask, don't you worry about bears, coyotes, snakes, etc. Thankfully in the UK we don't have any of the bigger predators at all. Getting on the wrong side of a stag or a badger would be worst case scenario, or trapping a fox. None of those are actually going to do you any harm unless that you are really a threat to them. We do get adders, but they're very rarely in the woods. fair generally, on the moors, on the downs, around the reservoirs. So that's why I tend to avoid those areas come summer. There'll be grass snakes and slow worms around here, lizards, but they're no bother to us whatsoever. So in answer, yeah, we're very fortunate here in the UK, but there's not much wishing to do us any harm. But I still don't let the dogs go too far ahead. Guys! Well done. Good job. Well done. A lot of that. It just manners to other walkers. Not every dog wants to be bombarded by others. Good job, guys. Would you like some sweeties now? Well done. I was talking earlier about Oaty putting on weight, and Merlin will, as he gets older too. So when I say sweeties, out walking, what I actually mean is I've brought a handful of their quota of their daily food out with us. I'm just going to take a breather. So they're fed something called Platinum, which is a semi-moist, and it's absolutely ideal to bring out with us. Breaks in two nicely, and they're just basically having a chunk of their food as reward for their recalls and doing as they're asked. They get far less as they get older. They'll only actually get rewarded maybe 3 or 4 times during a walk generally, unless we're training. But it's no bad habit just to keep a bit of food in your pocket. We all like nice things when we've done well, don't we? Good boy, this way. You can see we're just starting to get a pink tinge behind the trees there. I'll be up on the more open track in a moment. But it's not unusual for me, particularly with shifts, to be out with a head torch. I've got one in my pocket. And my general rule is, once it gets dark, I want to be somewhere I know very well and not too far from civilization. So you'll have heard for some of this walk, and where I showed you railway line, the road's just on the other side there. So this isn't as though I'm off on the moors on my own in the dark. I do go on the moors in the dark, but only if we're actually camping out there. And then I'm set up and in one place, and someone knows where I am. I send what 3 words to them. But I need this for my sanity and for my health, and particularly when life's going a bit wrong like it is now. Getting out here while it's peaceful makes the world of difference. We're good girl, back on the path now, leading back to a car park. And this section of walk always takes longer than I think. I sort of always think the car park is just round that corner, and it's not. That's okay, we'll get there. And as you can tell, we're still going uphill. The big downside of a lot of our walks, starting at the top of hills, is you always end with an uphill. Not a spectacular sunset, but a lovely splash of colour. I learnt my lesson actually in Essex when I lived there. I went out, photographed an amazing sunset, and then realised I had to get back home through the woods with no light. Learnt my lesson from that, and I won't do again. And actually, if we look behind us, there's the moon. What a stunning time of day this is, hey? This way, guys! Good boy. You can see how well his white shows up, can't you? Odie's tucking herself in next to me. Merlin, she's had enough of you now. Well, actually, coming around this corner, you can see there's quite a lot of pink over to the right, so there probably was a lot more sunset than we've seen. But it's so warm. I'm in a t-shirt and a gilet and some thin trousers. And that is plenty, I wouldn't want any more layers on. Right, we're very nearly back to the car. It's time to call the dogs to me, pop leads on, and head home. Thank you very much for walking along with us today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, there's been a slightly more serious note to today's walk, and a little bit of reflection and planning for the future. But I hope you enjoyed coming along with us. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you all soon.